You could be rolling along and grab your drink out of there, and it's like 18 degrees.
That's wrong. It'll be frozen if you're not careful.
That's how I like it.
Uh-huh.
And then when you pull it out, it'd be all nice and cold. Man, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, so here we are at the Cybertruck getting ready to install the refrigerator. In order to do that, there's a few things we got to do first in order to install the refrigerator. It just required just removing a little bit of trim. It's fairly simple, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So the first thing we want to do, we want to remove the panel that's right behind the glove box. There's another panel in the center console that we have to remove, and that's all in order to remove this piece of trim right here on the side. And we're going to put this trim up, reinstall another piece that was shipped with the refrigerator, just so that it has enough room to be installed in the center console, because it's quite the snug fit. But in order to do that, we've got to take out a couple of panels down. This is actually really simple because the panels that are behind the glove box and in the center console are just held in with a couple clips and magnets, and we're just going to pull down on them. Before I do any of that, I'm going to go ahead and remove my mat here just to get it out of the way so that we have some room to work with. So we're just going to move this out of the way. All right, so we're going to take this panel out from here, and we're just going to pull it down. And like I said, it's just held in there with a couple of clips just like this. I'm going to pull it down like this. And that's all there is to it. I don't want to pull all that down. I'm going to try not to, if possible. All I want is to access this thing right here. This is what we want to access right here, and this should just pull up. It pulls up just like this. And then we can just move this out of the way. We're gonna move it back up here. And this is our piece that we're removing. Okay, so this is the piece that the refrigerator is actually gonna plug into. It's actually gonna plug into here where there's also a fuse. This is gonna slide into the back of the console. This is the wire that we're gonna actually run around the center console. You could put it inside the center console here in the middle, but you know what? I think I'm gonna run mine around to the back where it can actually plug in. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take this and we're gonna put it in our cavity right down here. And we're just gonna let it slide all the way back in there, just like that. We're just gonna leave the wire hang off the side like that. And then next, all we're gonna do is slide our refrigerator in from the side. We may have to pick it up just a little bit to get it over a couple of humps here, but other than that, it should go in. But like I said, it is a snug fit, so you may have to do a little twisting and turning to get it in there, but it will go in. Okay, so here we have the refrigerator, and I have the wire that's gonna plug into the piece that we just put down in the center console. So I'm gonna put this on the floor, and the first thing I'm gonna do is plug the refrigerator into the centerpiece here, and I'm just going to plug into the power console here, just like that, and we're going to put this into place like that. Now the rest of the wire is going to reside right behind the refrigerator. To get this thing in here, I'm going to wind up picking it up and sliding it in. As I said, this is a bit of a snug fit. All right, so it's slid into place there. Now we're gonna replace our trim with the trim that was provided with the refrigerator. So this is the trim that was provided with the refrigerator. This is the way that it's gonna be attached together once it's in place. So we gotta install our upward piece first, and then the base will go right on top of it with no problem. So you gotta make sure these clips actually clip in to place. Oh, there they go. Oh, that's it. So we just got the refrigerator installed, and we got our trim installed here, our trim that we took down here, and we're just gonna push it back into the clips. It has a couple of little guide pins, and we're just gonna push that back up in there. That's all it is. And it just clips right back into place just like that. So they're just clips. Push it back into place. Once you've done that, for the most part, you're done. So all that's left to do is just to plug in the refrigerator and start chilling it down. Oh, by the way, make sure that if you haven't already done so, you let the refrigerator sit upright for at least 4 hours ahead of time before plugging it in, because if the compressor was tossed upside down while it was in transit and all of that, if you try to turn it on right away, you will damage your compressor, and I doubt that would be covered on the warranty. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and we'll get back with you in just a minute. Okay, so we have the refrigerator installed now. So we need to power it up. Particularly, I have mine plugged up in the rear outlet behind the center console here, way underneath there. Trust me, there is is a 120 volt plug back there that you can plug in if you have a Cybertruck all-wheel drive or a Cyber Beast. Not so certain about the rear-wheel drive, but for the all-wheel drive and the Cyber Beast, you do have a plug right there. However, it's not automatically powered. In order to power it up, you have to go down here to outlets and mods, right here, and you actually have to turn the outlets on. When you do, you can see it's drawing 1/10 of the kilowatts. So that's how you know your refrigerator is on. It's actually drawing power. We heard the beep just a moment ago, letting you know that it's getting power. We have the refrigerator powered up. Now we can change some of the settings that are on the refrigerator. If you see down here, you have a power button and a plus and minus. It's actually really simple. To power it on, you're gonna need to press and hold the power button about 5 seconds before it powers up. When you do that, you'll see the display come up. When it comes up, you'll see the current temperature inside the refrigerator. It's currently 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and in order to change it from Celsius to Fahrenheit, what you're going to do is just tap the power button here. I can press the button there, and when that max starts flashing, if you press the power button again, the Fahrenheit will start flashing, and that's how you change it. Once it's flashing, I only have a moment to change it from Celsius to Fahrenheit. You press the minus button and you can change it up and down. And that's how you change from Fahrenheit to Celsius, because I know a lot of people are going to be irked by that. Also, when you take the temperature down, you can move it all the way until you get to low. And that's gonna put the compressor in max to cool the unit down as fast as possible. Like I said, 80 degrees Fahrenheit is what it's reading in there right now. I think 80 degrees is the maximum that it will read, because it's actually a little bit warmer out here, and it was room temperature for quite a while. So we're gonna leave it there for quite a while, come back to it, and take a look. I got a timer running on it to see how long it takes to cool down from 80 degrees all the way down to, well, freezing, truth be told. I mean, I've got it set at 21 degrees. We'll see how long it takes. Okay, so I have you know, it was like 87 degrees out here, and this refrigerator was sitting in my garage right side up for quite a while. So to say it was at room temperature would be, well, an understatement. So when we installed it, the whole unit was very warm. So I'm giving it a caveat just so that you know that it started out really warm when we installed it. So we put it down to low and had it go down as low as possible. And right now it's reading, let's see, it's 18 degrees Fahrenheit. And in order for it to reach that 18 degrees Fahrenheit, it took exactly 40 minutes. And that was from a temperature of the whole unit being 87 degrees down to cooling the inside of this thing down to 18 degrees took 40 minutes. And this is like 18 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? We're not talking Celsius, we're talking Fahrenheit. So I gotta imagine if you're starting off at like 65 degrees, somewhere in that neighborhood, you're probably talking 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes at most. So whatever's in there is going to be freezing. It takes 40 minutes to do that. And then on a road trip, or if you're doing tailgating, that's wonderful. So the question becomes, well, it's a refrigerator that goes in the center console of the Cybertruck. How much stuff can you actually put in it? It holds exactly 23 cans of soda. I can tell you that right now. But I'm not interested in that, because I'm interested in real bottles that we can actually put in there and see how many of these we can fit in there. So I'm gonna open this up real fast. What it has, there's a drawer in the bottom of this thing, all the way down here. You know what, let me take it out. Let me go ahead and take it out. That's actually cold. I'm gonna take that one out, and then there's this thing that's down in here that slides in and out of here. I don't know what this holds. I mean, you know, my cameraman thought it was a cheese holder. I don't know, it might, cheese. So we're gonna see how many drinks it actually holds. So let's go ahead and start putting these in here. So you got one, because when we're working out on a nice hot day, we want some nice cold drinks. It's complaining because I have the door open so long. Let me see if I close that real fast. Yep, it's complaining because I have the door open so long. Oh, can I get another one in? 12? Nope, 12. Nope, 12 won't go. So 11 20-ounce bottles of your favorite sports drink will fit in this refrigerator. Now, I don't know who you feeding with 11 bottles of 20-ounce drinks, but I'm pretty confident that you're not gonna drink that in half an hour. If you keep refilling it, you're doing okay. And I think this is a great use for this refrigerator. Thank you for joining us. I really hope you enjoy this refrigerator. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Peace.